Coming up on this week's episode of House Figure Podcast, we go to the beach and then we eat each other's pee and then we cry in the river and then we die. All that and this and bye.
Help! I'm stuck in a podcast!
My name's Kai.
And my name is Fraser.
Hello Fraser, how are you today?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you know what? I feel like we're going to have a very awkward conversation about urine today, seeing as this seems to be the weird topic of the week.
Fraser, I feel like that's just in your head. No one's spoken about urine for the last, day.
You mean 2 minutes?
No, day.
Oh no, maybe I'm the weird one here.
Yeah, I think you've been imagining it, because you keep mentioning it, and no one's, challenging you about it, you know?
Well, how do you feel about that? How are you in general, Kai?
Why are you asking me about urine, Fraser? You weird man.
Fine, okay. We'll move on from that one.
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, no, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm good because we have a special guest on the podcast this week. A very lovely man whose profile picture on Discord is a VR man, in fact. Do you have any ideas? Who could it possibly be? That's right. It is the one and only FraserIRL.
Propeller plane. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've just had a spontaneous rebrand live on air. Propeller plane. Also known as Aaron. How's it going, Aaron?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Doing
Jeez.
fine and dandy. Do you think I'm insane when I say we're talking about urine this week? Do you think I'm insane?
No, I'm glad you're talking about it. I think it's something we all need to talk about.
Thank you.
We should be taking... There's DNA tests these days, right? There's poo tests to check, how well your gut's functioning. I think you should be able to send a sample of your pee off to an online lab to sample...
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
No, I think we've got a new business venture going on here.
I think this
is the start of this is the start of the future.
I don't know if we've just gained viewers or lost everyone from this conversation.
I mean, the viewers that we have gained. Oh, check out my OnlyFans.
You know what? It's really weird because I feel like we've spoken before, but I also don't remember us speaking ever.
I don't think I've
ever
met.
Are you just going to completely forget about the last 20 minutes before the start of this recording?
No. I obviously the first, last 20 minutes, but I feel like the only thing I've properly done with Aaron is I hired him on Cameo to cry, basically.
And I didn't even get it, dude. I was sitting down, we were watching a movie, and then you're like, yeah, can you say this? And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Kai asking me to ask for his Twitter to be unbanned? This must be some sort of me. But I didn't clock on that it was I should have been funny. I just was dead serious. I was like...
It was funny, though. It was funny.
I don't fucking know. When I watched it back in the video, I'm like, wow, great moves, Aaron. You put in all your fucking effort there. That was this poor guy just paid £5.
What a good throwback that was. I think that's probably the only proper interaction we've had, one-on-one.
You're just forgetting about all the DMs? Wow.
No. I remember all of our DMs. Right? I remember all of them. I especially remember when one of us says something and then 12 weeks later we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Treat them mean, keep them keen, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up getting me here, so yeah, clearly worked.
This is the start of many big and better things.
Right.
But I mean, you two have spoken quite a few times before, haven't you? In person.
Well, we've met in person, but obviously the conversation's been on and off. It's been as far as internet speak goes. You get your odd interaction, but I think if you don't have the odd interaction, then are you really friends? That's kind of how the internet works, you know. You've got to have your odd interaction.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep up appearances. Yeah.
And every single interaction you have is about pee?
Maybe.
Yeah, thought so.
Jealous.
We're not really giving Aaron a good look here. I'm so sorry.
No, not really. That's all right. But it's
for everybody that's listening who may or may not know who you are. Aaron, who are you? What do you do online?
Jeez. Yo, gang. Yo, P Squad. This is Tysa. Yeah, dead serious time. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hi, I am Aaron. I am Tysa, man. I've done YouTube since 2012. That was back in high school. Then I went through college and then uni, and now I'm here doing it full time. Having a mental crisis every time one of my videos gets 10 out of 10.
Oh God, tell me about it.
Feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I do now. I graduated, almost 2 years ago now. Maybe it's almost 3. Fuck.
What were you studying?
Geography, human geography and politics in the end.
Are you going to GeoGuessr?
I played it for the first time about a week ago, dude. I got 5,000 points every single thing.
What?
Dude,
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, dude. I was busting it. I didn't do it timed though. Is that how the professionals do it? I spent
Some of the professionals I've seen, they literally don't even move. They just look at where they are. They judge from I don't know, the sky, the landscape, the nature. Maybe if there's any people and buildings around, they'll judge from that. They'll use that literally just to guess where they are. And I forgot what his name is. I think he's called Geo Wizard or something like that. He literally does that every single time and gets it spot on, and it's scary.
I think it's a good skill to have, though. If you ever get taken, you're fine. You're good to go.
You just wake up after being kidnapped and be like, yes, I can see I'm down the street from Bojo's house.
Right, exactly.
Straight away.
Wait,
Why
10 Downing Street.
Bojo's?
Yeah.
No, his old one.
Oh, right.
His third one that's his holiday home.
The one where he makes people cup of teas.
The one where he cheats on his wife.
Would you like a cup of tea?
I think that's one of my favourite videos from him,
The one where he hides his hundreds of children. Have you ever heard about that? Have you ever been on Wikipedia?
What?
No?
No?
Search up Boris Johnson in Wikipedia. I'm assuming that's what we were talking about here. And look at his children, where it says children.
Oh, isn't like his middle name or something? Depefeffel or something like that.
His full name is Alexander Boris Depefeffel Johnson.
That's it, Depefeffel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is.
That's the one fact I can remember about him.
Got on the right hand side.
You
Children, at least 6. At least.
That's funny how it says at least. Yeah. Even Wikipedia can't keep up.
What is the if you go to it, it says he has not disclosed how many children he has. He is known to have 4 children with his second wife, a 5th with an affair, and a 6th from his fiance. Everything before that,
who knows, boys? Who knows what cheeky Bojo gets up to? But it ain't a blowjo.
Hey! Oh, I like that. 10 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9.
How about 6?
That's even lower.
Yeah, if you want, but
golf scores though. Golf scores. 6 is actually good compared to 9 and 10.
That's true.
Anyway, moving very swiftly on.
Right. Yeah.
So you do a variety of content on your channel. You started off with Minecraft, I believe, and you've branched into many different areas. You're very well known for your 360 videos.
Yeah.
And I enjoy them.
You don't have to pretend you watch them. I mean,
No. Well, I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to say, genuinely, you were the first Minecraft 360 YouTuber that I've seen, because I genuinely never seen 360 Minecraft videos before you ventured into that area. So, in all seriousness, I have watched some of your 360 Minecraft videos.
Sweet. Appreciate
I
that.
got a question about the 360 ones. Is it really easy to edit? Like, how do you have to have like a 360 mod on or something? Or
it's actually built into Premiere. Like,
is it?
Oh,
yeah,
really?
they accept it. But when you edit it in the preview window, it's just like editing a normal video, but you're almost looking at like an unwrapped globe is the video file.
Right.
So the left-hand side of your screen ends up like looping around to the right-hand side, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just an unwrapped rectangle. Otherwise,
So like,
pretty...
how do you do like how do you get the 360 in Minecraft? Do you have like something special on, or
there's just a simple mod that does it. It's the same guy who actually codes MCC, Crush Pixel. He makes a mod called Replay Mod, and then you can output with that into 360 format.
I've used that before. I didn't realize there was 360 in that.
Yeah. That's how it's done.
That's weird. I never knew that.
It's good. I just don't recommend getting. I mean, it's such a. it's such a pain in the ass, like getting to it. Each video takes rendering it out in that mod. Every minute takes an hour and a half.
What?
In 360 rendering. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you got like a good computer as well? Like,
Yeah, I've got a Ryzen. You know, I've got a decently updated one. It's too. I don't know how technical we want to get here. It doesn't. The program that renders it out doesn't accept GPUs, so it only uses CPU rendering, which is horrifically slow. And there's no way to make it use the GPU, so that's why it takes so long.
that is a pain.
Yeah.
So do you have like a separate rendering computer, or is it all done on one main computer?
I literally got one last week, a week ago, just for doing this, because it was getting to the point where I wanted to make longer 360 videos, but they're taking upwards of 30 hours straight to render.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, so
Man.
yeah, that now sits downstairs behind the TV, and I've hooked it all up with network cables and shit, so I can connect to it and just start rendering something. I bought it up from a dodgy guy.
Oh, dodgy guys are the best guys. They always somehow get you some overkill thing.
Dude, I felt so smug. Like, have you guys heard about like, the GPU shortage and all that stuff going on around the world, like the graphics card?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. My friend's been waiting like 6 months for a 3080.
So I saw this guy on Facebook Marketplace. He's like, yeah, I'm selling this computer, and I spoke to him. And I just like whittled him down eventually. And I went round, copped it off him, like 500 quid. And it had a 1080 in it. And I was like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, you just gave me this PC. And I've listed... and I'm like, I'm going to sell this on eBay for like 400 quid, 500 quid, like the price of the whole computer. So I effectively got the computer for free. I'm very, very happy man.
Nah, fair play. That is some pro hunting there.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Well done.
Yeah. But yeah, that now sits downstairs. I literally got it this week. It seems to be working fine so far.
That's good.
Kid.
That's good.
That's how I made the 360 stuff. We're bringing it all back.
That's pretty mad. You've got like other channels as well, haven't you? You've got your Tyster channel, and you've also got Handbrake.
Yeah, so it's my YouTube is a weird one, right? Because should I just talk about me? I'll talk about me for a
Yeah, go for it.
Tell me to shut the fuck
That's
up.
why. No, that's why you're here. We're here to talk about you. We want you on.
I started YouTube back in 2012. Did like generic Minecraft stuff, like everyone did, and then started moving in like 2016, 17 to 360, and then that became the full-time thing. And then once I got popular off that, and just the way YouTube works, you have to stick to like what you're doing, and if you change, like you will destroy your whole career, right?
Yeah.
So I stuck to it, and then just over the years, it just got progressively like I used to enjoy. Okay, this is kind of getting real here. I used to enjoy making videos, and I felt like butterflies in my stomach. Like when you like get the perfect edit and you get the perfect music lined up in a video, and you're like, this makes me nut. Like this is so fucking good. And I stopped feeling that for 360 videos like 3 years ago.
Ouch.
So now it's like, gotta make this video to like pay the bills, which is fine. It's just like a normal job at this point. So that's why I have so many channels now, because when that was starting to like really settle in, I was like, I want to go back to like what I started YouTube doing, which was like Minecraft role plays, basically recreating Shadow of Israel. Did you guys ever watch that?
I love Shadow of Israel.
Yeah. Because that's like
Classics.
what I originally did and what I used to really enjoy doing before doing 360. So that's why the Tyster channel exists, the smaller second one. And we did stuff on there for a bit, hoping that it would take off, but it just got to a point where each series on there would cost upwards of like $1,000 to $2,000 to make, because you're paying, and that's even like not me editing it, but like I'm paying script writers for a series to do the script, because I'm just shit at writing. Like that's it. So I do that, and then building the map I did on my own time, and then I'll be paying voice actors to come on like $10 an hour, right? And it's and once you've got like 3 or 4 in, that's like a $40 for one episode, like recording session, plus the script, plus editing if I outsource that, and then $10 for a thumbnail. At this point, I've like spent like $70 a video. Like a 20 episode series adds up real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just had to stop it, and I was like, it's just because like these videos would maybe make like £10 back each in ad rev, and it's just not enough to justify to keep doing it. And I was like, I want to keep doing it because I'm enjoying it, but you know, when
from a business standpoint, you really need to also focus on that, and it's a bit bittersweet in a way, having to say goodbye to it, but also, I guess then you won't have the financial burden. That's a massive fucking relief. But that's quite sad though.
Yeah. So that was that channel. So that's stopped for now, basically.
Could we see a return in the future potentially?
Possibly. If I could get more creators on. So when I started that channel, we were doing group projects with a bunch of other YouTubers, and what that meant is everyone was filming the same series with their own views and takes on it. But it meant the workload was shared. So we had someone who's doing the script writing, I was doing the map building and stuff, and someone else was doing other little bits. So those costs instantly disappeared, and of course the voice acting didn't cost because it was just YouTubers at that point, and everyone was filming. So yeah, if another project like that came around, totally, I would love to do that. But when I'm like a single uploading it to my channel, like I did with my Cursed series, and then paying everyone out of pocket, it's just not feasible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pardon?
Well, I just said that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed then for something like a group project to start up again.
Yeah, I'd like to do one again. We started one at the beginning of lockdown, and that was nice to tide through for a bit. But it is what it is. Things YouTubers want to focus on their own careers and business, which I totally get, because that's what you have to do in this space if you want to succeed. You can't. That was something I learned like this last year quite a bit. Is with YouTube, at least in my experience, is you can try something. And keep trying it until hopefully like you break free and it works. But there's got to be some point that you say to yourself, this ain't fucking working. Stop and put it down. Put it down on the table. And that's what I did with the Tyser channel. Like I tried 2 more series after those 2 group series, which I was paying out of pocket for, and I was like, I can't keep justifying this. Like I enjoy it, but no. Yeah, that was that.
It's so hard to come to that final decision though. Right. Getting to that point where you have to cut it off and say, right, that's it, that's the very end. I haven't gone to I don't know why I'm suddenly talking about me, because this isn't about me, it's about you.
I know what you're gonna do. It links in really well.
Going back to going to me, I haven't finished anything, but I've recently tried making 2 big jumps because I was in the same boat where I was streaming on YouTube for the last 5 years. I've been doing it every single Friday, weekly, and the community that found me, they all stuck around. It's great. We've built up a fantastic little community, and everyone's friendly with each other. But it just wasn't being pushed out. YouTube wasn't pushing it out like they were. And I went into like the whole pros and cons of YouTube and how YouTube gaming was fantastic, and then they got rid of it, and it wasn't great anymore. I only very recently, after about 3, 4, maybe 5 months of thinking about it, I've recently pulled the plug on streaming on YouTube. I said, right, that's it. I need to try something new. I need to get rid of the old tradition of streaming on YouTube, get out of my ways, and throw myself into the deep end and try again somewhere else. So obviously I've moved over to Twitch for now. See if that works well. It's just hard to come to that conclusion, because when you're in that routine, when you love it so much, and then when you also don't want to disappoint people, you kind of feel like, well... It's so hard to do it.
Right. I think there's this mentality with YouTube and online social media that you've just got to keep trying until it works. Yeah. And for a lot of people, that is the case. Eventually, you have that moment where you break through, like I did with 360. Like one day, my 360 just got picked up. It was the right thing, the right time, and it started going places. But I see so many like just other people trying similar things, and or like trying to like get big on YouTube these days, and it's just not going to happen, my guy. Like I just don't want to be rude, but it's so much more difficult than it was.
100%. It's all a big game of both luck and if you're doing the right thing at the right time. I think that's like the easiest thing to say. Or if you're doing something really like new that people haven't seen before, but the chances of that is so unlikely nowadays.
Right, exactly.
I think unlike previous years, there's definitely no guaranteed road to success anymore. There's no guide to follow. Before you could say, right, follow these trends and
make a Minecraft parody. That's what I did.
Exactly. Yeah. Minecraft parodies were big. They were great. But now it's kind of like content is so varied and trends are so explosive now. It's not like things come and go after a year anymore. Like we've seen Fortnite, that went after 2 years. We've seen Among Us, that went after a few months. We saw Cyberpunk, that went after a few weeks, and things literally come and go within days and weeks now. And it's so hard to follow trends anymore. It really is a case of, as you said, right place, right time.
Yeah.
So you put Tyser to sleep.
Yeah,
and,
that channel's dead for now. Sick.
and how about Handbrake? Because that's quite recent as well.
Yeah, so I started when I was like trying to search around at the same time, like what am I into, what are my hobbies. I always had this car channel that I did these like top tips for young drivers, because this was like back in like when I first started driving, like 2, 3, 4 years ago. I looked around on YouTube and I was like, there's so many car videos and they're getting a lot of traction, and there's people obviously interested in like tips to get cheap insurance and all these kind of things. And I watched them. I was like, this is such shit. Like, these are filmed like on some dude's iPhone, like iPhone 5, you know, and the back of his car, and he's sniffing the whole time. And he's like really misogynistic in it. And I'm like, this is great. Like, someone could like certainly do a better take of this. So I did like 2 videos years back. And over time, they've really like gained traction. I think they've got like over like 100K each, which, you know, on a tiny channel like that, I think is pretty all right.
Was that like the cheap and fast cars with
yes,
no insurance one? Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried doing that for a bit, and it did okay. It was just like a side thing because I was like, I'm not planning to make this into a business or any money, but I'm like, this is an easy video I could do, and I could like, and it's clearly like a niche in the YouTube space, right? Someone who actually knows how to do YouTube and put a bit more effort and make the video a bit nicer. I don't be like bigging myself up here too much, but
no,
I gave
you're
it
totally
a go.
right.
Big yourself up, big it, do it.
Yeah. All these new people who've never heard of me. God, this Tyson guy is such a prick.
Nah, it's self-confidence. People should see it as self-confidence, and that is what you need. You need to be confident. You need to be passionate about what you're doing. Otherwise, it will very clearly show.
That's what it is. Yeah.
The whole passion and quality reflects.
So I did a few of those small videos, left it for a bit, and then I always said, okay, once I get my dream car, once I get a Tesla, I'll make it into a Tesla channel. And I had all these ideas written down of what all these videos I was going to make, and I was planning. So I know you mentioned you want to talk about the Tesla, so I'll bring it up.
Hell yeah.
I was planning to get it back in like February last year, and then COVID hit, and I was like, well, fuck this. Like, I'm not dropping this amount of money on something like this when who knows what the hell's about to happen to the whole world. So I took a break, but in February I wrote down all these ideas. I wrote them on a massive list of like video ideas to make, and then roll around December when I eventually get the car. Guess who's made every single one of my fucking video ideas?
I wonder who could that be. Do I know them? Do I know them by chance?
Yeah, you quite possibly do.
Do I do some like editing for them sometimes?
Yes, quite possibly you might.
Fraser, how dare you?
I'm sorry.
I was just like, I mean, like, it's not like it's
That's
solely
actually
ideas,
what
you know what I
happened.
mean? But yeah, I had all these ideas literally in a Google Doc. I can show you the date, but it is what it is. That's how YouTube goes. So once
Do you reckon he actually hacked into your like Google Doc and was like, yeah,
Fucking
I like that
mate.
one?
Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, and I went, okay, great. Well, I don't really want to just copy the same video ideas, right? Do the same thing exactly, because I just think that's dumb. I think it's a bit insulting sometimes as well to another creator if you're just literally carbon copying it. So I started doing like just other video ideas that I think Jack had missed for a couple of weeks. But then it just got to the point where I was like, okay, a lot of these video ideas that I want to do require us actually being out of lockdown. I don't know if I should say them because maybe he's going to listen to this and still...
Nah, he won't listen. People might tweet him though.
But I was like...
Give us a sample of one.
Yeah, I was going to do like just clickbait titles I had written down, like autopilot to all 4 countries in the UK, like autopilot around all of the UK landmarks.
That would be a really good idea.
That's good.
Camping in the woods in my Tesla, because like Jack did it in his garage, and I'm like, that's pussy level, mate. Like we can up this. Like,
yeah, if you got warm, you could just pop in, sit in front of the fire for a couple of minutes, go back out.
Right?
Yeah, I've been out here for 3 hours, lads.
Yeah. He just films it like, go to sleep now. He hops out, gets into bed, hops back in later.
Snugles up with Becky, and then start recording at 8 in the morning. Oh yeah, I've been here all night.
Right. So yeah, I had these kind of ideas, but I was like, all cries, I've been out of lockdown. And back then, when was that? That was pretty much like soon as we went into lockdown in January again. And I was like, okay, well, this isn't really feasible. Because even at that time, they were talking about, it was a lot stricter than it is now, because obviously no one gives a fuck anymore. But
Yep.
at least, yeah, how I see it on the street.
Yeah.
So then I just stopped uploading on the YouTube channel for a bit, and I decided to focus on doing TikTok stuff, because I went, well, this is a area that's no one's really done this kind of style of Tesla meme content. I don't know if that's what we want to call it.
I was going to bring that up as well, because you were actually on my For You page a little while ago.
Oh fuck yes!
You it was the you were updating your Tesla.
Yes, that one took off like hell. Yeah.
Yeah, it landed on my For You page, so I was like, oh my god, it's Aaron! I know that guy.
Yeah, so I just started doing them on TikTok instead, because I don't know, I just with a video like that, which was, for those listening, go check it out. But I just basically filmed myself inside the Tesla while it updated, to just show, because you're meant to leave the car and let it do its thing when it updates, but just to show what the experience is like inside. And it is, spoiler alert, it's very uneventful, but people are interested. I was thinking that's the kind of video I would watch if it came up on my TikTok feed, so I made it. But you could make that into a 10-15 minute video, but I think it works just as fine in like a 40-second TikTok. Like, you don't need to stretch it out. And also, it's a lot less effort just making a TikTok versus spending a whole day filming that and then trawling through 40 minutes of footage and chopping it up and doing all that. Editing a TikTok takes, for me, maybe 20 minutes, like on the computer, and then I'll go put stickers in and shit on the app. It's super easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, with your like it's off TikTok again, back to the channel. Do you make your own thumbnails and stuff?
Which ones? The car stuff or the
the
Minecraft
car
stuff?
ones. The car ones.
Yeah, the car ones I've thrown together myself.
They're very nice. I like them. They stand out a lot.
Thank you. I've had mixed opinions from people saying they look like shit, so I appreciate that.
Nah, they look great. I'd click them. I mean, I say I'd click them. I have clicked them. I've watched like all of them. Probably like missed like one or two.
Pretty shit. Thanks. Appreciate.
The people that said the shit, I'll beat them up or piss on them.
All right, you might have to.
I was like a like heavyweight wrestler or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to be absolutely crushed.
Yeah, that's been my main thing with the handbrake stuff. Just went to TikTok instead, and I've enjoyed it more, and I don't feel as pressured to go out and film something every week. With it, it's very casual, and I like that.
And that is the best possible mindset a creator can have.
I think so. Because at the end of the day, like, TikTok doesn't pay much. I can't even think of it like as in a businessy way. I'm just doing it because I do enjoy making the videos. I am, yeah.
That's good.
You made $1?
I made a little bit of $1. I'm surprised. Like, it is low. Like, compared to YouTube, it's like low.
Yeah.
Per views, but I also get it because like it kind of weighs out versus the I'll straight up say I make as much on the Creative Fund per month as the YouTube channel does with no uploads, so take that as you will. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Well, even if it's not something you're actively focusing on, that's a nice passive income. Passive income's the best income.
Chuck that into Bitcoin mining. That's my latest endeavor recently. Scooping up all the.
Are you actually properly getting into crypto now?
Crypto, fuck me. This is do you guys have any, like, I don't want to keep talking about me, but do you guys have any crypto history or like? I did.
Yes, and I've made a mistake as well, and I'm a bit sad about it. So I first dabbled with it like a few years ago. I chucked in 100. I was like, right, this 100 is written off. I'm just going to learn how to trade. I'm going to learn how to observe like the market, the trends, upwards, downwards, the terminology, that sort of stuff. I'm just going to learn, and if I lose the money, I lose the money. Bottom line is, I lost the money, but I gained a lot of knowledge, so I'm happy with that. Come to about a month and a half ago. I shoved in £500 onto a cryptocurrency because it was all starting to pick back up again. Altcoins
say it. Was it Dogecoin?
No, it wasn't Doge. I'm not that stupid.
It should have been.
It was No, it was Ethereum Classic. So not the actual main Ethereum.
ETC.
It was
Yeah,
Ethereum Classic. And this is considered an altcoin. So I was like, right, do you know what? I'm going to go into the altcoin because altcoins are starting to pop off a little bit. I'll go in straight for that and I'll put in £500. We'll see what happens. Within a few days, that £500... let's put it this way. Within an hour, that £500 become £800. And I was like, wow, okay, this is an upward trend. This is super duper quick return, but I'll hold it. Holding was a big mistake because within a few days, altcoins suddenly were under fire, and that went down to about just under £400. I can't remember exactly what the amount was. And I was like, oh no, well I can't sell because that's a £100 loss. That would be absolutely ridiculous if I sold now. I've just got to hold it. And tell you what, I'll probably just get back up to 500 because I don't want to actively focus on everything. We'll just get back up to 500 and I'll cash out. So that's what I did recently. I was like, okay, well, I haven't made any mistake. I haven't gained or lost anything. I've literally just got my money back and I don't need to worry about looking at it every single day. But I shouldn't have cashed out because then Coinbase started promoting altcoins, being like, oh yeah, you should totally get some, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, why would you do that now? And Ethereum Classic is now up to £15 a coin, which would have stuck me above the 1k mark.
For fuck's sake.
Just my luck. I go in and it goes down, I go out and it goes up. That is my luck in a nutshell.
Dude, I have... Kai, do you have a similar story to that, or have you stayed out?
I you know what? I went in for like a day. I put £50 and I was like, I'll see what happens. And then it went down, and then it went back up. And as soon as it got back to 50, I was like, nah, fuck this. Took it back out. I couldn't be arsed.
Oh boy,
I could have done more.
I'm smart with it, you know.
We could have totally done more, I reckon. Like I would have totally gone in for longer, but it was just more that I was checking every day, and I remember that's exactly how I got out of it when I was learning the first time round. I was like, I don't want to check it every day. I should just hold. I should just try and forget about it. But there's always a part of you which needs to go back and just see, how's it doing, just in case you miss out. And I just hate the repetitiveness of going back every single day. So it was that mindset which made me think, I'll go out and I won't bother holding for the long run. I'll just find another coin in the future and then I'll invest. And I'll hold that for the long run. I'll just like delete the app and see what happens. Right. But no, it was just the last month and a half. I was like, I need to get out this mindset for now. Now's not the time for me to check on it. I need to focus on other things.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you with that.
What about you?
Oh, fuck. Dude, I don't know how much to say about this.
What about your what was it, April Fool's joke where you put like what was it, 50 grand?
Oh, fuck me, dude. That was
so good.
You.
I had so many people in the DMs, dude. I had like Martin in the little tweet, like DMing. He was like, "Dude, are you serious?" I'm like, "No." Like, no. I just
we had a little like we put it in the group chat and we were like, oh my god, look what he's done, he's a madman. And we were like, has he really done it? Has he really actually gone and done it? And we were speculating because at the time you'd also I think we were just talking about your Tesla and stuff as well. We were like, you could potentially be able to afford that. We don't know what your finances are, it's too personal to ask that, but it would be strange if he had, because that's just crazy money.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you now, that's more than I have in my bank account.
Okay, fair.
I'll give you the story. So I started investing in crypto about 3-4 months before it got big back in, was it 2017?
Yeah.
When it started like going mainstream in the news and everything.
Before the big boom at the end of the year.
Yeah, when each Bitcoin was like $6,000-$7,000, I got in like around August that time. So I was still early. And I put in like £100 and it doubled within the space of a week. I was like, fuck, this is intense.
Nice.
So then me being in university, I took all my YouTube money that I'd made that year, which must have been like £3,000, I think it was at the time. And I, over the course of like the next few weeks, started investing it into Bitcoin, but then got into the altcoin kind of side of it because I saw like my gains were going up in Bitcoin. This is great, but it's not quick enough, you know? Like I got so sucked in. So I started like Reddit, so many different forums, group chats, all this kind of shit. Got super sucked in. And then I ended up taking all of it out and putting it into one altcoin called ICX. Which called Icon is what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went from like 3.5 grand all the way up to about 8 grand in the space of 2 weeks. And I should have cashed out, right? In my head, I was like, this is and the reason I kept staying in is because it was so fucking dumb. You know, in my garage guy, Lambo in my garage, what's his fucking name? Here in my garage. Do you know one about Ty Lopez? Is it Ty Lopez? Is that his name?
I'm not too sure.
Not a clue. Not a
You have no
clue.
idea who I'm on about.
No.
This guy, hold on, Ty Lopez. You guys, hey, I'm just here in my garage with my Lamborghini.
Oh, him!
Yes!
The guy who was
Right.
selling his like ebooks and
Yes!
all of that sort of stuff. Him. And there was like an advertisement that was going around. It was literally like 10 minutes long. It was just a tour around the house. Him! Yes!
This guy,
Yeah!
yeah.
Oh my god! I forgot his name. Yeah, I
Ty
know who he is.
Lopez.
Yes,
Yeah.
him.
Right.
So it
Oh
got
my
to the
God.
point where he was on his Twitter shilling this coin. He was going like, Icon is the next big thing. Like, guys, you got to get invested in Icon, all this stuff. And like, I saw this and I was like, fuck, like this coin's going bigger. But I didn't clock on that like I should have sold out then. Like by the time that Ty is already advertising it, he's already like cashed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you look back at it, you go, when all these Twitter and it's going big on Twitter and it's like on Reddit, like the top page of Reddit and stuff on CoinMarketCap and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the time that you should cash out. And you shouldn't
Pump
like
and
stay in
dump.
for more gains. But I stayed. Yeah, it was a classic pump and dump. I stayed. And then when Bitcoin crashed in like January 2018, I went all the way down to £500.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine if you kept it in though. Did you take it out then?
No, I kept it in.
Oh.
And I didn't touch it until 2 months ago.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking through CoinMarketCap now and I can see what
Right.
happened 2 months ago.
So I left it and I left it and I left it and I was like, I don't want to cash it out. I've just written off this money.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So I will send you actually a little graph to just make it easier for
Yeah.
just for your sake. So I left it and I had steady hands for 3 years.
Yeah, that's really impressive holding.
And then I sold it at this point. Fuck.
Oh no.
Because it started going up and I was like, this is like the best it's been in 3 years. Let's just eat the losses. Like I'm just going to accept it.
Yeah.
If I sold it now, like today, I am at minus 5%. But I sold it for like minus 60%. So,
Man.
yeah. Dude.
It's so hard to say though. It's so
Right.
hard to predict the future, and it's like that recent jump at the very end would have been the
Yep.
Coinbase promotion of altcoins.
Yep.
Nobody could have seen that coming.
Yep.
It's so difficult to predict the future on coins, and I think it's gone and proven countless times now that no matter what the analysts say, no matter what the experts say, what will happen in 5 years, you cannot say what will happen on the in between. Because so many various different things happen in between, which causes it to go up and down. And I know I sound like I'm chatting shit, but you just cannot predict what happens within business and what happens within the community. Because I think it is so clear that endorsements and influence, external influence, has a massive effect on coin value, and it's not just the technology. So many crypto people say, you got to invest with technology, you got to do your research on it, and they're true. You got to do your research on it. You got to invest with technology if you understand what's going on. But that isn't the only factor behind a coin's value.
Yeah.
And I learned that the hard way.
But I just also like don't take everything everyone says with a grain of salt. Like everyone is just shilling their own shit to benefit themselves.
Yeah.
And by them shilling a coin, it's going to benefit them. They've got huge holdings of it, and that's it really.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking knows in the coin space how it's going to go. Nobody.
Yeah.
That's all
It's
I've
pretty
got.
much the same as life, isn't it? No one knows what's going to happen, tomorrow, let alone
Right.
in a few years.
Yeah, no, exactly.
With that being said, is there any coin you want to shill right now to pump up the values?
Jesus Christ. Dude, I've taken a step back from coins, like just generally.
Yeah, fair.
I put a little bit like in Bitcoin every month because I'm convinced that that's like the new gold. I think that's gonna, in like our life, I think it will be a stake of value in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
But altcoins, I just really don't want to touch them just because I'm like, it's like penny stocks to
Yeah.
me. It's just huge. It's gambling. I don't think there's any other way you can look at it.
I'm good at that.
Oh, Kai, please endorse a coin.
Kai coin. Yeah, it's just gambling. I see at some points. There are some coins, you know, like Ripple and Ethereum and the big altcoins that will go up with Bitcoin, but everything else, like, to me, too risky.
I'll never forget the day.
I've been burnt. So
yeah, I'll never forget the day when Ripple was hitting the mainstream media, and mainstream media was trying to say, "Oh, this is how you buy Ripple," and then they bought literally like $1,000 worth of Ripple live on air at like its absolute peak.
Oof.
And then it came crashing down like 2 days after mainstream media stopped focusing on it. And obviously that's probably just a business cost that they wrote off there and then, or they probably sold it straight away after, who knows. But I remember for like a few weeks they were memeing this one presenter who had bought $1,000 worth of Ripple live on air just because everyone was covering it.
You know, Ripple's up 120% this week.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, it's broke $1 again.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I remember as well, like a couple of weeks ago, I was having a shit and I was looking at it because I follow, oh god, this may be it. Master Ovo. I don't know if you guys know that guy. He does a YouTube channel called Tesla Driver, but he used to run a big old gaming YouTube channel back in the day.
Oh wait,
Right.
was he master of
Yes.
in the gaming channel? Yeah, I remember him. He had a I think he had a
remember
gold
him.
Audi R8 or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Was
the
he?
guy.
Was he the guy
Yeah.
that used to follow everyone on Twitter? And then...
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I'm
that's
following
it.
him.
Follow
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
yeah. I remember him.
So he just now shills like coins on his Twitter. Like, I don't think he likes. Well, he just likes to flex his portfolio. And I remember about a month ago when I was having a share, I saw his tweet and he was like, "Just put all my money into Ripple," and I was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, like sure, mate." And now here we are.
And now he's the one laughing.
Right, exactly.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
I might go back into crypto again at some point, but for now I'll just keep my £500 to the side. Do you know what? Let's wait for the inevitable. I say the inevitable crash. Who fucking knows? Let's just wait for things to start soaring back down again. We've seen how it's worked twice with the air quote bubbles of the last decade. Let's wait for the third one to happen, and let's all go back in. We'll come back to this podcast in like 5 years and be like, haha, we fucking knew it.
That's what I hope, dude, because I'm looking back at it and I'm like, especially where Bitcoin was like £3,000 last year, like $3,000. I was like, if I put all my house deposit, if I put my Tesla savings at that point, dude could afford a fucking mansion now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that's how it is. And I'm like, if a third time comes around, I think I know that I'm going to be like investing in Bitcoin. Well, you know, I'm doing it monthly now anyway, but I know that I'll be kind of prepped for that. But I think a lot of people have that mindset, which is going to end up canceling it out. And I don't think Bitcoin's going to crash again.
No,
at least to those
I
lows.
can see that.
I think there's too many people with that mindset that will keep the price high.
I think the only thing that
time
could
will
cause
tell.
it to all fuck up now is if there's new regulations from governments like agreed across the world. I think that's the only thing that could cause it all to fuck up. But I think it's seen so much support over this long period of time now that it's going to be so hard to see it go back to sub 10k levels.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh boy. Oh well, I
Wow.
can't predict the future. You know what I mean? It's just fun.
Ride the
right?
wave
You just-
while you can. Live in the moment.
Yep. Right, that was
I think that's a
Bitcoin
good
chat.
note to end on.
I think that's a very
Alright.
good note to end on.
Sweet.
That was nice. Thank you, Aaron, for joining this week. Do really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
No worries. It's a pleasure.
Is
to
there
be
anything
here.
you want to plug? Or anything you want to put out there? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to
gosh.
piss on?
Yeah, buy Ripple. I'm going to buy some Ripple. No, I can't be turned into crypto chat. Just by TikTok. I'm kind of proud of like the little bits that I'm doing on it and stuff. So go check out that. And sick thumbs up for that.
That is hand_break on TikTok. Go and check it out.
That's it. Sweet. Appreciate
Very
it.
nice.
Cool. Well, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of...
I Stuck in a Podcast!
Make sure you go and follow us over on our Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast. Follow us on our personal ones at FraserIRL, at Kairos Best, and at TysaX. there's all the YouTubes and stuff as well. You know ours, but Tyser's is there's Tyser, there's Tyser VR 360. I can't remember what the full name was, to be completely honest. Do you want to say it?
Tyser VR 360 videos. There's the Handbrake
Oh,
channel.
was it videos? Was I so close?
You were very close. You were. You were.
Damn. Do you know what? I got Tyson VR 360 and I was like, I think I've done it, but I can't remember if there was the bit at the end or not.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only... That and the TikTok are the two places I'm doing stuff. Oh, there's Twitch as well. I need to pull my finger out my ass and actually start streaming, but yeah.
Same, me too.
Yeah.
Let's do a cross stream one day.
Across the streams.
Yeah, we'll do a cross stream. We'll do a collab stream.
No, cross the streams.
Dual streaming.
Into each other's mouth. Kai can be there at the bottom, collecting the piss. All right.
Yeah.
In his hands.
Oh, fuck. I've just realised what you're on about. Well, if you want to see that, then you could see us cross streams on stream. Twitch.tv/Tyser/FraserIRL/Chaos, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you've been listening to Half a Second, a podcast. Is there anything else you want to say, Kai?
Nah, not really.
And until next time, make sure you piss in each other's hands to keep them warm. Bitch.